Welcome back everyone to another test video on the ASUS TUF A15 gaming laptop with an RTX 4060 GPU and a Ryzen 7 CPU. All the specs will be down in the description below, and the specs recommendations for this game, CYBERPUNK 2077 of course. We have the game updated now to update 2.3. We'll be testing every single setting possible with and without DLSS and frame gen. You'll be able to see each setting that I'm playing on while watching the video. So this is low now, and as you can see guys, I've just turned on DLSS and frame gen set to quality, and we are getting a very nice smooth 140-120 frames per second, so no problems. But what would you expect? Now we're going to medium without DLSS or frame gen, and we're around 60s, which is definitely playable considering how badly this game performed when it first came out. It was an absolute mess, whereas now it is way more playable. It looks fantastic. The reflections even on medium look insane. This game came out in like 2020, and I honestly say it still competes easily with a lot of games that are out nowadays. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So now we're going to do medium with DLSS and frame gen turned on. And as you can see guys, still getting 120-140 frames per second. You probably don't even need DLSS. If I were you, I'd just use frame gen, but I want to test it with both just to keep everyone happy. But as you can see guys, still getting around 120-140 frames per second. Extremely good frame rates. The CPU is a little bit hot, but again, just have a bit more cool area while you're playing. I was using the laptop beforehand, but CPU shouldn't be a problem with your coolness. As long as you have like a laptop cooler or something, you should be absolutely fine. So this is high settings without DLSS or frame gen. We're going around 50 to 60 FPS still, so high settings, no problem whatsoever. It looks absolutely fantastic even without ray tracing. We will be testing the game with ray tracing, all different types. So now we're turning on DLSS and frame gen. DLSS set to quality of course for each setting. We're getting around 130, 140 FPS, around the 130 area. Looks like this is quite an open area as well, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Huge, massive city. It looks absolutely stunning. I cannot complain. This game is a very good looking game. I have actually finished this game, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's worth going to if you haven't. Now we're going to go to Ultra without DLSS or frame gen, and we're getting around 65 FPS, which, to be honest with you, Ultra settings without DLSS or frame gen, that's pretty good. Ultra settings, I'd be pretty happy just playing like this, to be honest with you. I played this on PC, I didn't play this on the laptop at the time, but definitely playable. I have tested this game before on previous updates. I've done it twice now, so if you want to see that as well afterwards, you can. I'll leave it at the end of the video for you videos for you to click on. I believe I did update 2.1 and whatever was out at the time, the first time. So as you can see guys, this game is still performing really well. Like literally still getting over 100 FPS with frame gen DLSS turned on Ultra. Now we are going to go for ray tracing set to low, and we're going to turn off DLSS and frame gen of course. So you see this is basically maxed out ray tracing on low, and we're going to 50-60 FPS still. Like it looks freaking fantastic. Like the reflections there in the floor even, like it looks a lot better with ray tracing, I must say. Just a few little bit of sun rays and stuff. Ray tracing on low isn't going to be that demanding either, so that's why it's probably not much of a difference. But I'm pretty happy with this performance. Like I would not be complaining whatsoever. So now we're turning DLSS and frame gen just to see what we get. We're going to 120, so it looks like we're really losing about 5 frames turning on ray tracing to low from Ultra. So if I were you, I'd probably get away with ray tracing on low if I was, in my own opinion anyways. I think it's worth doing. Now we're doing ray tracing medium without DLSS or frame gen. Here we go. So we're getting around 30 FPS now. This is where the game gets stupidly demanding. As you can see though, there's a lot more lighting and reflections going on than usual, so that's probably why, obviously. But the game does look stunning. Like it is just, even just to look at for a few minutes, it's nice. It's a nice looking game, you've got to admit that at least. So now we've got DLSS and frame gen turned on, and we're going around 70 FPS. Also guys, I just want to say a huge sorry. I have not uploaded in 3 weeks, if you did not notice. Yeah, I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks. Why? I was actually away on a holiday with my girlfriend, so I was just enjoying life really. But I'm back to uploading now, hopefully somewhat weekly, if not more if I can. Anyways, back to the video. We're now doing ray tracing set to Ultra. There is one more setting after this as well. This is it on Ultra without DLSS or frame gen. As you see, it's getting around 30 FPS. Not playable, but it's nice to look at least. I do think it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks absolutely just beautiful. Nothing really to say much, or to say the least. It's not the most greatest performing game ever, but let's turn on frame gen, and as you can see, guys, it looks absolutely fantastic and honestly playable. If I were you, like, it is a bit glitchy here and there, a lot of hiccups. As you can see, the frame time graph, it's not the best, but definitely playable in my mind. Now we're going to try Overdrive. This is where I got worried. I thought the game was going to crash. We're getting around 17 FPS, which is abysmal and definitely not playable. Guys, if you like Cyberpunk and you like my test videos, just hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. You don't have to, but if you do, thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to run 15 frames. Let's see what we get with DLSS and frame gen turned on real quick. And here we go. 50, 40, 45, 40 FPS. Not bad for Overdrive. This is literally the game fully maxed out. 1080p, of course. The screen only goes up to 1080p. But it is technically somewhat playable on a laptop. Guys, if you enjoyed, I'll see you in the next one. Hit the like